Here's the traditional old school way of building up a Facebook fan page. Well, you create a Facebook ad account and then you create a campaign. And the campaign objective is promote your page. So you're creating a page-like campaign, you're giving your fan page more exposure, and well, that's how you build up a fan base. The problem about this approach is that it tends to be expensive. If you're good at Facebook marketing, well, you can get likes for 5 cents, but what most people are seeing are prices of 50 cents to up to $1 or even more per Facebook like, which is quite a lot. And also if you consider that only about 16% of your Facebook fans are seeing your posts, well, that is actually a pretty bad deal. Now, don't get me wrong, building up a Facebook fan page is important. It's important that you have a lot of likes because, Facebook likes are social proof. It's easier to sell to your fans than to people who haven't interacted with your business yet. But still, it's just not for everybody. You have to have a certain skill set. You have to know a lot about Facebook ads, and it's just not cheap for 95% of all Facebook marketers. So that's the old school way. You create a Facebook ad account, you create a Facebook ad promoting your page, and well, then you see your fan base growing. But in 2016, there's a new and better way to build up your fan page, and that's what this training is all about. So here's what we did. And let me just give you a little bit of background information about how this system actually works. So let's say this is a Facebook fan page that you're an admin of. It's a small one, but it doesn't matter for demonstration purposes. That's totally fine. So if you make a post, people typically interact with that post. Usually you get likes. So if you click on the number 26 right here, which is the number of people who like that particular post, you see all the people who interacted with that post, all the people who liked it. And as you can see here, you have the option to invite those people to like your fan page, to become your fans. So you can see we already invited a few people, so I cannot invite them again. But that is basically the system. You invite the people who interacted with your posts, who liked your posts. And well, you can do that manually. If you do that manually, you simply click on invite, and then those people will receive a notification from you that you invited them to like their fan page, right? So in this notifications box, they will see something popping up and saying, Ed Baker invited you to like their fan page, or whatever the name of your fan page is. Now, the problem is, you can imagine, if your fan page has a lot of traction, if you get a lot of exposure, doing that manually, that's a big pain in the ass. And that's why we automated this entire process, because hey, why not? So I'll show you in the next video how to install this script here. It's a very simple script we put together that automates everything. So you simply enter a number here, 0 if you want to invite people who interacted with all your posts, or 5, for example, if you want the script to invite people who interacted with the last 5 posts. If you do that, then this script will do everything for you automatically. And that is so cool, because here's the thing. It's a lot cheaper. So even if you give Facebook money to give your page more exposure, if you create some PPC campaigns to promote some of your posts, it's still a lot cheaper if you promote this post here, for example, people like that post and then you invite them. It's cheaper than if you run a regular page-like campaign. So typically you're paying between 1 to 5 cents per interaction, which is great. So again, I told you before that most people tend to pay 50 cents to up to $1 for a regular fan page like campaign, which is a lot of money. But with this approach, so even if you say my fan page is new, I want to invite people who interact with my fan page, but there is kind of nobody interacting with that fan page. Don't worry about it. I'll show you later in this training how to create a simple boost post campaign to kind of get more traction on your fan page, to get more likes. But hey, even if you have to spend a little bit of money, that's no problem, because it's a lot cheaper. As I said before, expect to pay between 1 to 5 cents per engagement, per interaction. That's the first thing. So this approach, it's not only automated, but it's just cheaper. And the second thing is you're getting higher quality likes, because here's the thing. If you create a regular page like campaign, you're reaching out to strangers, to Facebook users who haven't interacted with your business before, unless you're using retargeting or custom audiences. But in 99% of the cases, you're working with interest targeting if you're starting out, and that's just bad, right? You're just paying Facebook money to say, oh, here's a fan page from Ed Baker, for example, hit the like button. Well, this is great, but those people haven't interacted with your fan page before, right? And they're just liking it. They don't even know what they're liking. But with this approach, you're getting higher quality likes, because, you know, if you make a post, especially if it's a blog post, those people interacted with that particular post. Apparently they liked it. Okay, so you actually interacted with a Facebook user already. And if you invite that user to like your fan page, that's different, because he remembers, oh, I remember reading a really awesome article from Ed Baker on how to build up an email list, right? And so you will not only see a lot of people responding to the invitation, but those people will also be a lot more active because they know you already. So you're really building up a loyal fan base, a fan base that loves to interact with your fan page, and not people who just, you know, like your fan page and then they disappear and they're kind of gone forever. So this is how the system works. Again, it's not the traditional way of building up a fan base by creating a regular and ordinary page-like campaign. What we will do is giving our fan page more exposure. What we want is posts people are interacting with. Of course, we can invite those people manually, but with this little script here, we can automate the entire process. So all we have to do is giving our fan page more exposure, inviting people, and believe it or not, but that's really the best way to grow your fan base.